All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live and back. This is yet another day of vacation, which I am super fucking into. Been kind of spamming some chats here. Hopefully people want to come and check it out. We're working on some art today. My name is Ruxbat, aka Connor. I am a software engineer by trade, but digital artist by night. So what we're doing today on my day off is we're working on the character that we worked on last night. I'm going to pull up Zbrush here and y'all can see the progress we made yesterday. I'll do a quick little recap. But essentially the idea is that we've got some cool stuff to show you. Let me pull this guy out and we'll get straight into this. Alright. Got all this together. Alright. So last night, I got my mic back over to where it belongs. There we go. Alright. Let's open that project from last night. So we're working on a character that's kind of got a Hayao Miyazaki feel, a little bit of a combination between. I'm going to open up the Z sculpt here, one moment, the Z sphere rather. So we started here. We have a combination of kind of like a feral deer and coyote, and we're kind of doing an interesting thing with it. It's kind of got a cowering kind of a fear pose. Let me see if I can pull up the terrain that I had for it. It was one of these here, this one. Started working on this here. So this is kind of the scene that we're setting. Open up Photoshop real quick. Got this hat for Christmas. It's pretty boss. My friend Straylight made it. It's pretty cool. It's super comfy and I just can't stop wearing it. Alright. So, this is the guy that we were working on last night. This is kind of where we ended with him last night. Kind of got the meshes merged together. One of the things that I wanted to do, and I kind of was working on it for the last couple of hours this morning, was kind of a big reveal here. I wanted to kind of move through the process of really thinking about the anatomy of the face. This is one of the characters that I'm going to be working on in kind of a skin to detail. We're working on the face next for this guy, so let's see here. I realize I think my volume's okay. If the volume's not good on the mic, please let me know, guys. I don't have the monitored appropriately at the moment. But it's a fox hat. I like it. Alright, so I started by drawing the skull. I had kind of a deer skull as a reference. And again, kind of going back to the original sketch, I wanted to try to create a giant creature that was simultaneously in fear and a little angry at an intruder. It's kind of the idea. And I added a little more to our kind of art inspiration board here. I added some more that we can look at and pull from. A couple more coyotes, got a little more examples of anatomy. And we're going to use these heavily in the sculpting process. So a little more motion that we'll be able to pull from. But should be pretty good. I like how this guy's still here though. I wanted to use this to kind of inform how I want to do the lips and muzzle of the character. Alright. Let's take a look at this guy. So here's the skull that I started working on, and I just basically slowly started adding layers so I could start to inform my own thoughts on the geometry of this face that I'm building. And I could have done this in Zbrush, but I wanted to try it in Photoshop. I want to kind of get my painting skills a little more up to snuff, so started adding some muscle in here, kind of rounding out the jaw. Remembering to bring in the area that's going to control the eyes and the lips. Oh, hey, Flashbulb. Haven't heard this song in forever. Actually really surprised. This is on a Suck Puck mix. This is awesome. All right, so here's the eyes that I added, kind of to start. And I kept adding muscle as I went. And then I eventually started thinking about the fat on the character and kind of where all that would be. And then I wanted to start to add a little skin to this character. Started blending it in. And eventually I kind of, got to a point where I had like a wolf-deer hybrid. And it didn't really evoke any real ethereal, godly images for me, and I really thought it was pretty boring. If we go back to the inspiration board, these are kind of the color palettes that I want to work with. And, even this character right here doesn't, even when Miyazaki did those, it never really gave me the ethereal that I got from the moss deer character in, that was like the main god in that movie. So I thought this was pretty boring. So the first thing I did is I kind of just blacked out the eyes. I want the creature to be in kind of a rage state. And I thought one of the good ways to do that might be to... Sorry about that, Lucky. I know you need to go to bed. But I will be sure to send you those lists again. I'll send it to you on Telegram. But I started blacking out the eyes. And the next thing I did is I kind of started adding a little contrast to it. And I'm obviously it's just crappy, blotchy skin. And I know for a fact that I can't paint fur for anything. So I'm just kind of working on the skin tone and the shape. And then I started just adding some embellishments that would kind of give me something a little bit to work with. And when I compare this image to that, I feel like I've kind of made a little progress with who this character is, because this is pretty boring to me. It's a wolf with horns. Even here, I start to feel it's a little more powerful. And by the time we get here, I think we've got something kind of interesting. So what I've done here is I've kind of created a gray kind of skin around these alternative eyes, like spider-like eyes that are up top here. And then I imagine this kind of electrical, wispy, gassy, sparkling energy kind of wisping and crackling up from the eyes. I've kind of tried to emulate that through the nose as well. The kind of idea of like an elk snorting in the cold weather. That steam you see, this character is so hot and alive that it just shoots out this electrical power. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. And then I thought I'd make the horns kind of crackle and glow as well. I thought that might be pretty cool. I like this gray fleshiness. I think I'm going to play with that a lot when I get to the tertiary details stage. But instead of adding like a third eye for the character, I kind of wanted to give it a sense of... not antagonism, what's the word? When you're anxious, anxiety, a feeling of anxiety about the character, that it itself is confused about what it is, what its purpose is. It's, while an apex predator, totally fearful and anxious, and that's why the eyes are pointing in different directions, and it's just crackling with this anticipation of what's happening and what's happening next. And I'm thinking for this character that I'm building, there'll be a certain kind of element of mental illness personified, whether that's anxiety or schizophrenia or fear and all this different idea of identity. It's kind of something I want to talk about with the character. So as I'm starting to kind of get to know and love this character, I'm getting a little closer. So that was the first thing I worked on. So this is our new kind of inspiration for the face. And when we go back to Zbrush, and I'm actually going to move this around here so I can kind of keep him to the side and keep watching him. We'll start working on this. He's already kind of got a little attitude, but I think I want to make his snout a little longer. That's the first thing I notice here, is he's got to have a longer snout. So let's grab that. There we go. I'm just going to move it out. Yeah, I think that actually worked. Keep moving it out a little. Doesn't seem to be warping it too much. This is what I was a little worried about would happen when I moved it. So I'm doing a screen relative move, which is grabbing these corners here. It'll move it relative to the screen. If I were to grab it on an axis, it would move it in the wrong direction because the character is tilted. Alright. It's getting there. That's almost enough. I think that's good. Let's start here. Clay tube action here. Start smoothing this out a little as well, since we pulled a lot of polygons in order to make that happen. So just start smoothing that out. I think we have enough poly up here. I'm worried about the lower jaw, but I haven't put a lot of thought into lower jaw yet anyway, so we can kind of wait, I think. So one of the things I definitely want to accentuate is that crest on top of the head. Start with that. And here I'm not creating a game asset, though we will be playing with it in a game engine. This is mostly just an exercise, this concept art, more than it is making game ready assets. This one was really wanted to work with something sculptural over the break, over the holiday break. Maybe I will give this a little more. These are the eyes. Those are going to get some more. Those are going to get some more detail. We're going to have to add some for the nose as well. We'll start wanting to draw on those teeth, though I might do those as a separate. I don't know. Might be separate meshes I add in. I've kind of done that before, so may as well just add the geometry here. May as well grab this. So the area I'm selecting right now is areas I'm adding geometry to. Soften this to begin. Divide it. That looks fine. So I want to open this eye up a little bit. I'm using inflate to do that. That's one way to do it. I want to make it a little... intensity down a little bit. Looks about right. So this one needs to be a little smaller, honestly. I almost want to angle this too. So I'm going to grab this. I want to do it local. There we go. It's a nice... Yeah, it looks pretty good. Loving it. So we're getting closer to kind of the ideal that I'm looking for here. Let's go fix that other eye now. I'm just going to reset it. Smooth it out. Clay tube. I'm going to see if I can't build it to have kind of a uniform look at the beginning. I'll try to add the asymmetry on purpose later. See if I can just get the eyes right. I want to look dead on and kind of just get the eyes right. All right, I'm going to use inflate to try to push that out a little bit. And of course, for those of you just joining, you might be wondering why we're not asymmetrical to begin with. Sorry, why we're not on a symmetry mode to begin with, but because we've moved this to be a sculpture, I don't have a line of symmetry for every part of the body. It's an asymmetrical sculpture, so we're going to have to kind of just use our best abilities as sculptors to get this done. So this is kind of an exercise for me as well, kind of just get better at all this. Because I've been heavily relying on the symmetry tool to get things right. Oh yeah, Lucky. I am super stoked for EF to open up Reg. I will be one of the first, I promise. Low badge number for me, baby. This is working for me. I think I'm getting there with that. So I don't want this to be too big. And I've got to get the areas for the eyes next. I'm going to add those top eyes in a minute. It might be time for retopo soon because a lot of this is garbage. This creasing here is really bad. I want to get some of the basic shapes done correctly first. That's not exactly what I want. I'm going to mask this out, see if I can rotate it into position how I want. All right, let's try that. I'm pretty sure this is the angle I want to rotate it on. Let's see what we can do. That's about what I'm looking for. I'm going to have to move the other one back a little bit, but kind of get it started. Yeah, I think that's right. Come on, there we go. All right, Lucky, see you later. Yeah, got a little bit of character action going here. I'm liking this. That's a little deep. Is it? That one's a little deep. I'm going to flatten that out a little. Getting a false sense of security around that shape. Just needs to move back a little bit here. I'm just flattening that out. I guess I could have used move instead. I'll use move. I'll try to use the move tool instead to adjust that. There we go. That's what I meant. Now it's even. Use the clay tubes to re-accentuate the part that I liked. Just don't want to move it too far out. Try to flatten it out. And a lot of this is gonna get, a lot of the creasing is gonna get corrected when we retopo it in a few minutes here. All right, it's looking legit. No, it's not looking legit. I think I need to move that around a little bit. So I want to get the tilt of that eye correct. Yeah, that I see where it is. So right here we got that nice angle. I'm gonna try to pinch this together here. There we go. That's a nice, that's much better. Yeah, here we go. And then I can reverse, oop, not reverse. Oop. The opposite of that. Not so deep though. Always depends on where you start at. And I'm going to use clay tubes here again to try to, I want that nice ridge we had on the other look. There we go. All right, this is a little cartoony, I think, for the look of the character, but we'll see how it progresses as we keep worming our way through this. I've got to start evening some of this out, and to do that, I'm going to use the rake tool. Treat this guy like clay. Should be good. Let's try it out. The reason I like rake is not for the texture, but because it kind of forces me to slow down and keep moving and just slowly remove. I mean, clay tubes is good when I know exactly what I want to do line-wise. But right now I'm trying to balance out this silhouette. And that'll be easier to do with removal like this, I think. We're definitely going to want to fix some of this crap down here too. And then we'll fix that with clay tubes. Start adding some of these muscles here. I've got to tubes that first. Just kind of get these things together. Again, I might fix that in the topology phase coming up. So I got to get those working together correctly. You know, I think if I remove some of the detail that we have here through the retopology phase, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to save this guy. Let's do some retopology. And I'm going to use the topology tool. Is that it? No, I want Z-remesher. There it is. Z-remesher guides. I just want to make sure we keep some of these creases. Especially because we don't have any symmetry on the model. I think it's going to be important to kind of emphasize to the tool where some of these edge loops are as it tries to figure this out. It's not where that goes. And I'm going to get a little lazy with this, just because I don't know where we're going to be at the end of this. I just want to see where we start and end. And this isn't the final remesh we're doing either. I mean, this is just to start trying to get some of the clay out of here. It's garbage. Let me roll some of this back. Alright, let's do this with an actual plan. There's the inside of the eye. Outside of the eye. There we go. That's how you edge loop. A little better. Because what we're really showing here is where the edge loops are going to go. Try to get some jaw action going here. All right. draw where some of these bend marks, or sorry, fold marks are on the character. All right. Giving this a shot. Let's Z remesh it. Now it's gonna take a minute to run here, but we should get a new. Should get a new one at the end. It's a little better. It only took 14 seconds. I was going to try to show you the task manager here, but do it next time. All right. So this guy is substantially more simple. And this will be a much better place, I hope, to... those still aren't... I guess they're just separate polygroups, or are they the... They actually... Try something real quick. Yeah, that's a separate object. I actually wanted those to union together. So before I run that here, I'm going to union those. Though it has been a minute. I guess I could delete hidden. Oh, no. That's not what I was looking for. What is the one that I want? I guess I could dynamesh it first and then Z remesh it. Though I'll lose all my connections. All the curves I just drew, but we'll see. See what we got. No, I kept them. Great. I just wanted this to be all one mesh. All right, let's see if we can get Task Manager up here. So I'm pretty sure this is a single threaded process Z remesher because it's only really tagging one of these, which is interesting. Still only took 19 seconds, so not bad. But this time, as you can see, we have all one mesh. It has a couple of holes, but that's okay. We should be able to fix them. This also might be a... might want to just draw it double-sided. See if these guys are holes or not. No, I think there are indeed some holes in here. Yeah, there's some holes. Let's see if we can fix them. Because I do want this mesh to be watertight. There we go. Should I just say close holes, right? Didn't seem to work. We can go in there and see what we find. I mean, we're honestly just going to probably put a mouth bag in there, so it's not going to be a big deal. What the hell is that? Oh yeah, there's some issues here. Oh, there were holes before. Guess I should start here. No, it doesn't actually think those are holes. Guess I'll have to add something down there to get those holes closed. I don't see holes there. Let's try this. Sorry, I keep bumping the mic. I apologize for that. It's like right in the way of my pen. Hopefully that's a little better. I wonder if it was a... Yeah, it's weird there's holes there, because I don't see where those would be coming from. I guess I'll just smooth this out real quick. See if I can fix them that way. Yeah, I guess that fixed it. Cool, so now we can Z-remesh. Wait another 15 seconds for that. Yes, brake core is retarded. I love it. There we go. Is this an ad? This has to be an ad. Oh no, it's a breakcore song. That makes me even happier. Yes, Suck Puck Records, baby. I love it. Alright. Yeah, this looks good here. Nice. All right. So moving right along forward, this guy's all one nice little low poly mesh now. Kind of got rid of some of the garbage. And as you guys can see, like Zbrush did a pretty good job just with that basic information of kind of making this mesh a little smarter. So I'm going to start going in and busting this guy up. Let's see if we can't. Well, I guess one of the things that we're going to want to do oh, I got some holes on his back leg. I didn't see those. I guess I can close them later. I don't know. It could actually be a cool little feature. Give him a little character. Like a bite mark or something. I'll leave it. There's our first happy accident. I think that's fine. All right. Let's create some groups here. All right, that's all undone appropriately now, and I can start going through here, and we're really gonna start working on this guy now. Now that we can actually connect these areas. There we go. That's about right. There we go. Yeah, that's good. All right. I'm going to start with tubes because I want to start drawing the lines of the character. Really want to start with those big lines, those big shadows and shapes to begin building up the character. I'm going to start with that coronal ridge because I think that'll be kind of defining under the fur there. We'll just start blocking out the rest of this. Kind of built it up. I can tear it down to addition and subtraction here. I really want to show. And we can start working on the base of the horns here. And I'm actually going to zoom out a little bit and hide what we're not working on. All right, just the face. The antlers up there. I like just the idea of getting this little natural texture to kind of show where we are. All right, and do the same thing over here. Give it a little bit of a bulge to show the lumpy horn part there. I'm gonna switch over to the flatten tool. Start drawing some planes on the character. Because I want to start... I think I have the mass that I need in order to do this. I want to start slimming him down a little. Go back to our inspiration here. And we're going to draw it snarling. Just like we have down here. So in order to do that, I have to get the fat right. So I want to move that line of the mouth. And I am doing a little bit of a mimic here, but we're just practicing. It's okay. Part do I want to move up? I guess it's that part. There we go. That's what I was kind of going for. Do the same thing on the other side here. Fix some of this jaw a little bit here. That jaw is substantially shorter. How about on the elk? Yeah, elk's shorter too. That's fine. I want to draw this lip. It's too early for that though. Got that crease, like this super clear crease. We have to smooth out the rest of this. I like how those eyes are thin too. I'm not copying the Hayao Miyazaki characters, so I think I'm just gonna make it look a little meaner. I notice the more I change this, the more intelligent it looks and less fearful it looks, so I'm actually gonna roll that back. So I do realize that after doing that I do need to work on the shapes here. There's just always been too much fat up there. Let's start massaging this. I'm just trying to move around the model as rapidly as I can. Try to get a good shape over here. I'm gonna come back with flat and then kind of fix some of this now. Grab a little more of the neck here. I'm just doing a lot of internal observation at the moment. I'm thinking that I haven't created enough of a silhouette for the skull yet. Use the inflate brush right now to dial some of this back. I like that crease that I made though. I'll work it out. Yeah, wrong tool for this. Better just do it right the first time. There we go. Honestly, the best thing is just avoid creases so you don't have to screw with it later. I'm going to work on the top jaw, drop the bottom jaw. And this will allow me to start drawing in teeth, which is I think one of the problems I'm having with this character right now. There's like just no sense of danger, just old and gummy. I think the teeth are really going to help that. Alright. Those will be where the lips go. There's our lips. And now I'm going to have the teeth. I think I need to reinstall the IMM I had for teeth. So I'm going to make a gums, jaw, and all those things now. I'm just drawing the gum line. I could probably do this with IMM brush. I'm just not that skilled in Zbrush yet. This would be just as easy. finding an IMM that does what I want. You can also with clay tubes, but I actually kind of like doing it this way at the moment. So I can move everything exactly where I want. I think this will do it for the gum line. Yeah. Oh, almost. That's not exactly how that works. Let's look at that. I'm doing it. Looks good to me. All right. Start working on this. I think it's a good base to start with. There it is. There's our gum line. Like that. And I'm slowly but surely placing his teeth. The method I'm using is called IMM, which I think stands for like insert mesh model or something. But it's a way that you can draw whatever you want. It's pretty cool. And they give you a little polyfills, which is cool, or polygroups, which is cool. Arranging these teeth. At least I don't have to model each one. You know what I mean? Just kind of just place them. Alright. Let's get some front chompers. Well, I don't want spiky chompers. Let's see what I can build with this. Alright. They're pointy enough. I think those will work. Looking good. Kind of just cloned that one there. I'll do it again. Oh, they're all part of the same group that way. That's kind of no good. Oh, well, whatever. We'll see if I like it. Could just move this. I'm just going to duplicate it while I still have the chance. I'm just going to move it right here. This. This here. I have to draw, get this. God damn it. Don't do that though. There we go. There we go. A little bit of an impacted tooth there. I think that's okay. Give him a little bit of a monster look. That'll be alright. Go back to drawing a couple more teeth here. Alright, what else do we got here? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. About like that. That'll do nicely there. And I think this time I'm just going to duplicate it to the other side. Let's do these in a mirror mode. This way I don't have to play with them too much. All right. I don't know, I could switch those out. That's actually kind of cool. All right. Looking at these here. Let's grab some molars in the back. We got one big old deer style molars as well, so kind of make these a little bigger than the other ones to show the hybridization of the character. And then I'm going to duplicate these a couple of times. He's got way more molars than a normal character because he is a deer. And that's probably fine. And then I can deselect all those. And I'm going to grab just these. And I'm going to dupe them to the other side. We'll see if we can get these more or less aligned. All right. I like that. I think we have upper teeth. It certainly is a place to start. I gotta move those too. I forgot to do that. Let's get those embedded in the actual. Great. There's this guy. There we go. Yeah, you don't have the X symmetry on because you're doing a sculpture. Gonna miss out on some of those easy topology fixes. Or not topology fixes, but symmetry fixes. What else do we got here? All right, let's see what else we got. Let's zoom out and take a look at this total character. It's like scary telephone. That's cute. I love it. All right. Hey, come on. All right. All right. Yes, adding the teeth gave me a definite sense of what else I need to do with this character. Welcome to the chat, Ravi. Yeah, without that, it just didn't look right. I was like, I have a Wendigo feel with those big back teeth. It's cool. Not Wendigo, whatever that. Jersey Devil? Yeah, I'm getting a little more excited about this now. I'm still probably going to let the bottom jaw go for a little bit since I just spent all that time working on teeth. I want to go back to my original concept art, start working through maybe adding those eyes. Start working on that. So I want to create like little holes and then put spheres in there. And these guys can be a little off. They're supposed to be kind of off-putting. Supposed to show the anxiety of the character. Alright. I'm going to add some spheres in here. Transparent here, got these lined up right. I want these to be kind of like bulbous spider eyes. I want them to almost be like bug eyes. Showing that, again, that anxiety the character feels by kind of playing on our own anxiety. So I want these to bubble out almost like a sickness, more so than a superpower. To make the viewer a little more unsettled. Use the right size now. That's a little better. Yeah, it's nice and creepy. That'll be nice. I'm going to start duplicating these. Just gotta get everything into the right place. I do want them all to be the same size though. I don't want them to make it look sickly. If they're different sizes, the character might look like it's not well, like it has a cancer. I want it to be unsettling because it's got these pop eyes, but not... There's eggs laid in its brain or something, but I don't want them to look different sizes, like they're gonna grow out. I want them to appear like shining eyes. So I've got to remember not to touch the scale on that. All right, let's move the next one. Those are looking good. Let's do the next ones. We're going to come back to all these as well. Continue to adjust them. For now, I just want to see how they're settling on this character. Alright, I think this will do for now. Trying to make this thing remember that I'm on the wrong one, I guess. I want these to be different. There we go. Yeah, that does work. Cool. Since these guys don't have default materials, I think that's what it is. This one now needs... There we go. Now that'll work great. I just gotta keep doing the eyes here. Eyes all around here. Did I modify that? Oh, I moved that damn thing around. Here we go. I don't want to move the eyeball. There we go. I'll switch this to Chrome B just so I can make sure I see it. Okay. Now I can go back here and I can say polyskin. There we go. Now it looks like it's got the eyes embedded, which I love. Yeah, buddy. Go to the eyes. Get a that same kind of chrome look and feel on the eyes. This will help me with the character quite a bit. I guess I missed one. Why is it doing that? Oh, it's because it's masked, that's why. Here we go. Those are, looks pretty cool. This is a cool looking character. Digging this. What's up, Bacon Bear? I'm gonna add the teeth. Just to make sure that I can keep those going there. This is going to be hella messy. I know there's a way to fill all, but God, if I know what it is. Polypaint. I wish it was just like a dump. Polypaint from polygroups. No, it's absolutely not what I wanted. Undo. I just want to dump this material on all of this object, but there's really no good way to do that apparently. There we go. Alright. Now I can just switch back to the default. Alright. Here's our evil beast. Well, he's looking rather evil. I'm loving this. And I can probably even go back to the eyes here. On the chrome, I'm going to paint kind of that concept that I had with the... Oh, that doesn't really work. I'm going to have to do that. It's a little wall-eyed. There we go. There we go. Let's just try that on for size, see how that looks. It's cool, I guess. I like it. Something to kind of give the character a focus of vision. And then the bone back in here. I think I'm also gonna do the bone on up here. I want it to be kind of like a black, not black, brown, blue-gray kind of. Yeah, like that. That's the color of his horns. I don't know, it's a little early to be doing this, but it's kind of just helping me think about the character. So, I like it. I'm just gonna slam through this here. There we go. I'm not gonna do any special effects on here. I just kind of want to get started with it. Alright. Alright, and now I think when I switch back to polyskin, yeah, it does it just as I expect. Oh, that might be a little better for the eyes, but whatever. Back to our beast skin here. I think that's good enough. Kind of starting to work out the details of this guy. All right, away we go. Trying to flatten out the nose here. Start working on, let's see here. Let's see if we can work on that growl. The first thing I actually need to give him a nose. The character's supposed to be alive. It's looking a little undead with the no nose thing. I was going to remember this is where the nose goes. I'm not going to put too much work in there yet. I'm going to go back to my inspiration board here. Get an idea of how we're doing that. I think that's kind of the shape that I'm looking for. And then there'll be kind of like a W up here. Or a V rather. And that little V can keep stacking. And it's kind of what I'm looking for. I gotta like make it look right, but I think that's generally what I'm gonna go for there. Try smoother lines this time. Actually, I might flatten that face out a little more first. Kind of get the, oh, come on. MRGB off. This guy flattened out so that I can appropriately add the features that I want. He's kind of already got the snarl going, so I'm pretty happy about that. some of this energy here too. There we go. I like that. Kind of a nice asymmetrical snarl there. Zoom out a little, see how it looks. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm digging that. Ah, what am I doing? Oh, I want to move somehow. Oh yeah, because that was just on moved. Let's flatten this guy out. This should definitely be up. Like these gotta be up. This is where wolves pull their teeth out and do that reveal thing. And we'll color all that appropriately, but yeah, it's certainly a start. Oh yeah, versus that. Yeah, we'll get this corrected and then we'll jump right into it. Kind of want to push those teeth a little closer together. Not the teeth, but the lips to the jaw, or the lips to the teeth. Let's do that. Just kind of floating off in the distance. And then when we pull it, it'll be easier to see where we're really at. It's supposed to be kind of tight-lipped, pulled aggressively tight. Also, I just realized those front teeth are a little cockeyed. Those will be okay. Just a little lopsided before. That's fine. So now I realize this one's a little screwy. There we go. Yeah, it's good. I'm loving this. Character's got some real personality now. But I do think I'm going to take a break for a little bit today. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm going for the last 2 hours here. I'm kind of ready for some lunch, so go figure that out. Let's get this guy a little turntable. Get that nice little, yeah. This guy's kind of coming together. So I'm going to save him. And let's roll back and we'll check out exactly how much work we've gotten done today. This is where we started at the beginning of that one. This is where we ended. And I believe we started the beginning of the session with one of these here. Yeah, we started approximately here. So let's take a look between these two models. We'll do a little before and after. Here's number one. Here's number two. So I think we got a lot of personality into this character. I gotta get rid of that dent, but I think we got a lot of personality in this character at the end. When we kind of compare the two images, like there's some real lines here. Like, let's see here. Where do I got? Am I drawing? Why am I not drawing? Am I too small? Bigger? There we go. So there's some real lines here, right? Like, you got these spider eyes. We've got the mean mouth. Eventually we'll have the mean muzzle. We've got some texture here. Here was, I mean, this is just the form where we started, but I think we added some personality to the character. We can start to get to know it quite a bit better. So with that, I do believe that's it for me today. Want to thank everyone for tuning in. Had a really good time hanging out with you guys, answering all your questions in the chat. So we'll see more of you next time. For now, this is Ruxbat, Connor, signing off. See you next time.